What's good, Footy Culture fam? My name is Matthews, aka Matt, aka Mattozinho, and today,
He's gonna break his neck.
coming at y'all another episode of Footy Culture Podcast. Once again, I'm joined today by Dave.
What's up? What's up?
A man like Dan.
We're back, boys. We're back.
We're back, yes sir. Man like James.
We're back, man. Couch boys.
Couch boys.
Couch boys.
Chris.
We're back, man. Couch
Jay.
boys.
What up, fellas?
What up, what up? But yeah, boys, let's get straight into it. Football Twitter was going kind of mad over some of these questions here. So I saw someone said, who is one player that was glorified in the past that would flop in the modern game?
Damn,
Who y'all got?
bro.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll give you one player
And why?
who comes to mind.
Well, yeah, you're not just gonna name a player. Well, some might.
A player that comes to mind for me, Roy Keane.
Dude, that's a good one.
Roy
Because
Keane.
players, like, it's harder to thrive just on grinta in the modern game.
Yeah.
Like, you would maybe compare him like to a Conte, but Conte is talented
I would compare him
and
to
a hard worker.
like a Casemiro because he's a.
Yeah, but Casemiro's
Casemiro's
talented.
talented.
Oh, I know he's
hard
talented,
worker,
but
yeah.
like I think that's probably what he's like. He's a.
Like, Roy Keane was able
Killer.
to thrive in those early 2000s because it was a gritty game. There wasn't technical ability in the Prem at that time. You were able to just win by hard tackles.
But he was legit the definition of a goon, in my opinion.
But he was also an underrated passer of the football, which a lot of people don't realize. He wasn't just like a scrapper; like he was actually pretty
You're
good
right.
on the ball.
But when I think
be
of
fair.
Keane, I think of a goon. Someone
Yeah,
who's just
maybe.
gonna put his body and you just put him in the field, just take that guy out, and he does.
So, based on your analysis of Keane, would y'all agree that Gattuso would also fall in that kind of bracket?
Similar type player. If we're playing Keane, then you had to put Gattuso. Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah. There's probably a couple other players just can't think of right now.
But like these guys weren't like just butchers. Like they had some footballing ability.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. They did.
But would they flop in the modern game? That's what the question is.
I don't think they'd flop in the modern game. I think like there's still a role for players like that today. Like you don't maybe see it in every team, but I think like a lot of teams like you need that six that's just there to sweep up the play. Like you can have all your guys go forward. You need that six to kind of clean up, man.
It's hard for today though because the cameras see everything now. Before, like you would see guys like just doing some like scrappy little like jersey pulls, grab something that you don't want to be
Get in a
grabbed
player's
by.
head.
And like nowadays, like dude, everyone's watching every single little thing that everyone's doing. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Like VAR changed a lot, like in terms of the modern game. Like
even those days, like not even that far back, but even those old like El Clasicos with Pepe, Ramos, like, hitting up Messi, like just getting in the players' heads, and then like obviously even getting them in like where it hurts. Those are good days. But like, I see where you're coming from. Where the football before, a lot of people were saying like, it's sometimes it's too slow, and like you win the battles mainly from, like getting in the players' heads. Make sure they know that from the start, like you're on them, right? You're breathing on their necks. So yeah, today is very different. Today's a lot more technical, man.
Yeah. We see the extinction of the number 10. So realistically, can you put a lot? You could probably put a lot of number 10s. Like Schneider might not be able to play in today's game. He can't. He doesn't really.
Is that your man?
He can't
is that your
track
pick?
like an 8, and he can't really play on the wing. He doesn't have the speed of a winger.
Is that your pick?
For what?
For
Player
player
flop.
Schneider, he kind of reminds me of like an Ozil. Ozil couldn't remove. He can't even remove the 10 position. That's where he
wait, he
went
was
downhill.
still like class for Arsenal.
Van der
Yeah,
Vaart.
but it was class for Arsenal in 2013. You're talking about 2023.
Yeah,
Isn't Ozil retired?
yeah.
But that's for more reasons than
No,
just
no,
football.
but a large sum of that is I actually forgot about that. The 10 doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, maybe a Kaká can hack it today.
I think Kaká could because he could play on the wing.
Kaká had pace and power, bro.
He was quickie, man.
Kaká was pure
Yeah.
PMP, bro. He would definitely hack it today.
But another thing, like players like okay,
You're gonna name some of our
No, no,
players.
Yeah,
if you
no,
don't,
no,
don't
no.
name my player, man.
no, it's gonna be like the center backs of like Arsenal's unbeaten like Kolo Toure, Campbell. They weren't passing center backs.
That's true.
Today's game, you got to be able to pass. These center backs can't pass back in the day. They're just no nonsense clearing, but they're unreal at tackling and getting the ball back. But if you can't pass, you can't keep possession of the ball, which is today's game.
They can maybe hack it in Serie A.
No, they can't. Maybe Bundesliga. maybe the Booty Liga, but
Jeez, bro, chill.
definitely not that. But yeah, I would say a couple of center backs too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got my mind thinking now.
There's lots of options because then you could go fullbacks that can attack.
Yeah.
I think for me, the most obvious answer would be David Beckham.
That was my pick.
David Beckham,
That guy was useless.
he was
that guy
primarily a right midfielder, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he would not work as a right midfielder in today's
man.
game, bro. Like,
Yeah, but you don't think he can hack it as like a center mid?
No,
as
bro.
a center mid?
Inverted fullback?
No, man.
No,
Like a Trent?
He was only a crosser
Yeah, he
and
legit
good
crossed
at
free kicks.
free kicks, pretty
Then
much.
what about Trent?
Nah,
Trent's more than just
Trent's more
crossing.
than that.
Is he?
And free
Yeah.
kicks, yeah.
He's
We're
got-
seeing
he's-
him play in the center midfield now for Liverpool.
So you
He's
don't
been
think
balling.
Beckham could do that?
Nah.
Beckham? No.
Why? I
Beckham
don't
was
think so.
overrated.
You think?
I think
Yeah.
Beckham was overrated.
He was just rated based on his looks.
So you don't think
It's
he has
different
any
haircuts.
talent?
You're still talented.
Oh, he had
though.
talent. He just wasn't as good as people made him out to be.
People are gonna hate you for this.
I agree. I totally agree. That was actually my player. That's exactly what I was saying. Like he wouldn't have that. He doesn't have that in him. You know, like he's not a workhorse.
Yeah, like he was a right midfielder. He was slow. Was he pressing
Mm-hmm.
like that? No.
But no one was really pressing like that in that
It
time.
was a different time. There's a lot. I think there's a lot of players that couldn't do in this day and age.
Going forward, what would he offer?
I don't know.
Crossing and free kicks, man.
That's it. Just
He'd
crossing.
literally be Trent.
Nah.
After you guys go, I got another one.
Do you have
Another
yours
one?
ready?
You got one?
I don't know if this is like a stretch, but I just kind of just came to mind. Like I'm just thinking maybe, but like I don't know, players like Yaya Toure.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like dude, he was
I don't
he
know,
was good
man.
on the ball because he had the time. Like nowadays, like you don't have the time to like even like you have to know what you're doing kind of like on the spot, and like especially with the way Man City play now, I don't think he would have fit in that team. Compare him to like Rodri today.
Yeah.
They didn't really play the Rodri role though.
Bro, I think Yaya could fit in like any team in Europe.
I don't know.
Today?
I like
In
yeah.
any midfield, bro.
I'm
Low-key.
I'm trying to just make it like I'm trying to think if they can still kick it in today's football at his prime.
But he was so well rounded.
He was.
Yeah.
He can do
He's
everything.
kind of like Bellingham, man.
In the midfield role, especially in the Premier League,
comparison.
He didn't. Yeah, that's the
He
case.
is.
like Bellingham.
Yeah, he is. Like
He's
in
not that
terms,
fast.
In terms
Nah,
of a
no,
player
but-
that's playing now,
But he was
that's
he was
like how he
a
played.
big
Nah, he's a
guy,
big-
though.
he was a
was
bigger
tall.
body.
He had a shot in him, which was obviously one of his biggest things too. But
Bro, he had technical ability though,
Yeah,
too.
that's
He did. He was techie
think
on the
I
ball,
is.
man.
okay, let
He's
me come
literally
back to me then. Now,
He's like a bigger Bellingham, or a more techie Milinkovic Savic.
Like someone that was slow, not techie, not a
I have one.
workhorse, would not work today at all.
no, for sure.
So,
David Beckham.
so basically, like nothing to offer.
Yeah, exactly.
so how are they even a
How are
professional?
they pro?
Yeah.
David Beckham looks.
Come back to me.
Marketing,
I'm
bro.
see.
Maybe
You
a
got
man
another
like Vidic.
No,
Vidic?
no.
Well, he's one of the guys that he's not really a passing center back.
He's not a passing center back.
If we're putting
and I
these
think he
players
get
onto
blown
the best,
out.
we're putting these players onto the best team in Europe, not a mid-table team, right? If it's on the best team in Europe, possibly might not make it.
Like a Champions League caliber.
Yeah,
team.
could just based on the fact that he's not a possession-based center back.
I think he get turned so easily.
Man, but give me 5 possession play center backs that play in top right now.
Any Man City center back.
Okay, but all 4 of them play center back and they're playing at the back. At
Van
the same time.
Dijk, Militao,
Dijk.
Alaba,
Schlick,
Schlotterbeck.
Christensen.
Bremer, Danilo.
Militao is missing that like that defense. Like you know, like if you come up against Militao, like
Militao's a great defense.
Bro, he's one of the best center backs in the world right now,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
no,
but
but
Militao's a
if
great
you're coming
center
one on one to Militao, like compare him to Vidic, who are you more scared
No,
of?
Vidic is the better defender, but if I was to choose one defender to play on my team today, it's probably Militao.
Yeah.
Today, yeah, because
Easy.
the football just changed, man.
Yeah.
I know.
That's why.
What's your take?
Mine's like similar to Spatty's. I'm going Riquelme.
Ooh, big
that's a
one.
good one.
That's a cool one.
man,
He was
like,
techie too.
He was like super techie.
techie.
Like he can ping a pass, but it's like I just don't think that there's like a position for him in today's game. Like unless you're building a team around him.
Yeah.
Like
He wouldn't be pressing at all, bro.
he was like a nasty player, and like I'm sure if you really wanted to, you can build a team around him to kind of like make up for his deficiencies. But I think like you wouldn't be able just to easily slide him into like 90% of top level teams nowadays. Just because like man, he was there to ping the ball, but off the ball, like is he gonna press? Is he gonna track back? Probably not. Like on the ball, sure, he'd be a great asset, but I think he'd be a little bit of like a liability. Right, so I'm going Riquelme.
Interesting. I saw a lot of people say Giggs. What do you guys think about that?
Well, that's a good one too.
Giggs.
But I think he'd be okay because he'd be turned into a fullback.
You think he'd be a fullback?
I think he'd be turned into
too
a fullback.
weak.
He can be a fullback, but Beckham can't.
No.
bro.
Giggs had to work.
Giggs
Had to work
pace
rate to
and
be
he
a
had a
fullback.
workhorse.
Yeah.
I don't
A
know.
young Giggs, man, that guy was running down the wing.
Bro, Giggs played in 3 decades, bro.
No, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like at his prime, like that guy was running up and down the wing.
Yeah, I think
like
that-
we probably saw like we definitely saw the end of him, or he was probably more just look for him. He kind of just crosses the ball in. But like again, that was different football.
Like the later end of his career, he like dropped into the midfield and he was still doing bits.
Yeah, he would have been fun.
He was. I think he. But it's like you don't have right mids or left mids anymore. It's either you're playing winger or you're playing like as a wing back.
Yeah, there's no wide midfield.
He would have been a wing back,
Like-
for sure.
Yeah.
No, he would have been a winger.
No,
He had talent.
I don't think so.
He had a lot of talent.
Yeah, but did he have the talent to like break through like defenders like that?
Yeah, his best goal ever in the FA Cup final. He mazed through a whole
Yeah.
team, took his shirt off.
Hairy ass chest, bro.
Took his shirt off. That's crazy.
It's a famous goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't see like that 4-4-2 anymore. So
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to.
Unless you're Emery. Emery likes a good 4-4-2. But
here you go. What's your shot, Chris? Come
I
on.
don't want to. This one might be a stretch, but if I had to put this guy into a Man City squad, I don't think he would start over Ederson, Van der Sar, Schmeichel, just older goalies. Because once again,
What?
you need a ball playing goalie, good on their feet.
That's fair, I think.
yeah. I mean, sure.
There's obviously other goalies like that you could choose.
Like pretty much any goalie that didn't start
pretty
playing
much any of
until
those
like.
goalies. But they're probably better goalies overall. But
Yeah.
it's just I don't know.
But nowadays, sometimes your keeper can't still play with the ball. Like, look at Bayern with Sommer. Like, he can't really play the ball.
Yeah, but that doesn't that kind of
No, I
make
know,
them
but
worse.
yeah, it does.
What about a 9? Any strikers that you haven't?
You guys
You
think
can have in mind?
Berbatov would be a flop?
I was
today?
gonna say that Berbatov.
No, he's too talented. That guy was too
Come
talented.
on. He would thrive, I think.
Dude,
Think so?
that one spin
In
off
some
the line.
teams, man,
He had
like,
no intensity though.
I don't
Bad
think you
workhorse.
don't necessarily need intensity as a 9 today. Like,
Think so?
you don't.
Yeah, I think so.
You think you need intensity to be a 9?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you have these
You think?
defenders who are pacey now and strong, and another thing now you'll have whole teams pressing, so he's
First line
gonna
of
be
the
start
press
pressing.
comes from the
Yeah,
striker, right?
and then after that you have to open up
I don't know.
and create space.
I think he would still be able to do bits.
I feel like not the caliber that Benzema's playing at, but Benzema can relate to like his style. Like he doesn't really move much around his he stays in his area. He looks for like those moments to really like put the work in, and like he's not really like
He would be impactful.
he doesn't run for no reason. Like he knows where he needs to position himself. He needs to
Smart
like
player.
he's
Not
smarter.
Older Benzema though. Younger Benzema was quick.
Yeah, I know, but which Benzema is the better Benzema,
I guess. Yeah.
right?
I think Berbatov would cook just because of how he was very intelligent and he was techie. Like, he had technical ability that, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can ping a ball to him and he would dead it.
Yeah.
so he's got the Berba spin.
He'd be able to thrive in like a city team.
Do you guys think Alan Shearer would be able to do it in today's day?
Ooh,
Alan Shearer.
Because he was not like gifted at all, besides for his goal scoring aspect.
I guess maybe it depends on like the system and team you play him in. Because
Yeah.
like you put him in a city, like he's gonna bag.
He'll
He's just
come down
tapping
there.
it in.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like Haaland, but
Yeah. You'd be like a Holland today if he was
Alan
playing for City
Shearer.
low key.
yeah.
Like any other system, tough to say, right?
Yeah, but these guys are banging goals with like the shittiest balls before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the pitches weren't the greatest either, right?
Yeah, and the boots.
Well, good question nonetheless. Let us know in the comments who do you guys have who wouldn't be able to make it nowadays, you know?
I got one more. So since VAR plays a huge role right now, nowadays,
yep.
you guys think like players that were known as offside merchants would be able to fare today? So
Like
like
who?
guys like Inzaghi, Van Nistelrooy, Adebayor.
Do you think that they would fare?
Do I think that they would
Yeah.
fare? I think players would adjust, you know? Because back when like VAR wasn't prevalent, they'd use that to their advantage.
Yeah.
And they were smart because of that. I think since they were smart to be able to do that, they'd be able to stay on side and play by today's rules and still be able to score.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much, but I think they'd still be decent.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, when I think of a striker that played like mostly offside would be Inzaghi, Fernando Torres, and I'm pretty sure those guys in their prime
Yeah,
would
Torres was
absolutely
always offside,
ball
too.
today. Maybe Fernando Torres a little bit more, but Fernando Torres would not be stopped in today's day.
No, I think
Nah,
Torres would
Liverpool
absolutely
days?
cook, man. Because like
Bro,
a lot more
Prime.
teams now play with a higher line.
Exactly.
Like before, like teams would just park. That's what every team would do. They
and
would
he
just
was
kinda sit
pacey
back.
as hell.
Like teams nowadays, like all these teams like to play like high line, counter press. Like someone like Torres would just like
Even that goal he scored against wasn't it Barca in the Champions League?
It was.
And that wasn't even prime Torres.
I know,
He was
Chelsea
literally
Torres.
playing off that line, and like Barca were playing high football, and he just got around Valdez.
he would eat, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's one of my favorites.
Where's the headband, bro?
Kind of look like him, bro.
That's why I'm growing the hair, bro. I gotta dye it blonde after too.
That's crazy.
Waiting on it, bro.
I think we've heard this like at least 5 times on episodes of the podcast.
But this
that you're gonna dye your hair
is
blonde.
true now. I'm actually growing it.
Yeah, how long, bro?
Torres, bro. I'm gonna be a proper 9 afterwards.
He's going to dye it pretty soon.
I'm gonna take Spatty's spot up top.
Damn,
Jeez.
that's crazy.
Okay.
What you got next?
I saw something on Score 90 on Instagram. I know we talked about Ballon d'Or last week, but they posted like their ranking. So I'll do it from 1 to 10. So I'll list it, and then you guys let me know if you guys
agree
like this
or
list.
disagree?
Yeah. So we have Messi at 1, Haaland at 2,
Fair.
Mbappe at 3, Vini at 4, Benzema at 5. Then at 6, we got Osimhen. 7 at Cavada. 8, De Bruyne. 9, Marcus Rashford. 10, Robert Lewandowski.
Bro, the disrespect.
Yo, Lewandowski literally just like squeaked his way in there.
Yeah, so who do you not agree with, and who would you replace him with? Or who would you bump up?
I don't know. I think for me, like nobody cares about the Ballon d'Or outside the top like 3.
Yeah, of course, but
So I think like
are
this
those
sounds fine to me.
are those your top 10 players?
It's crazy
right now?
that the Barca team that's winning, well, looking to win the league, squeaked in Lewandowski there at number 10, considering that he's probably not their best player this season.
Who is?
Ter Stegen.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
goalies
but
don't
keepers
get.
and Ballon
Goalies
d'Or
don't get the love like
Man,
that.
but
That's tough.
he clearly is the better player this season.
I
Because
mean,
Lewandowski has fallen off for a couple weeks, in like you know.
Oh, Dembele, man.
I don't
No,
know.
no creation.
I don't really have like too many problems with that list.
Like Marcus Rashford in the list?
Like, who would you replace him with?
I don't, but
like
I don't
the
know
question.
who I would replace him with.
Like I don't hate it, but like maybe I don't love it.
I think I'd bump someone up to top 3 because you had Mbappe third, right?
Mbappe was
I think I
third.
have Vini third, low key.
Nah.
He's hit his second back-to-back 20 goal, 20 assist season already.
You gotta
There's still like
remember-
6 games to play, and they're possibly able to win a final in the UCL.
You can't forget about the World Cup, though.
Yeah.
Hat
Or
trick,
else-
in the finals,
You
bro.
can't.
If you get rid of the World Cup, Messi's not first.
Yeah, that's true. Mbappe, that's
And
the,
Mbappe scored a
that's the
hat-trick.
top 3. That's,
Yeah.
that's the top 3.
Scored a hat trick
Yeah,
but
that's
lost.
top 3.
That's
Yeah,
the top,
but
that's the top.
he like
Oh.
carried his team to the finals too.
That's the top.
What do you got to say,
I
Jay?
don't- I think Vinny top 3.
No.
Oh, you Brazilian freaking bandwagoners, bro.
Would you be saying that if he wasn't Brazilian?
Yeah.
He was about to say no. He was about to say
He's
no.
such a liar,
Why?
dude.
What's
Why?
with all this league?
What if he was
gun love?
Argentinian?
Huh?
What's with all this league gun love?
What do you mean? World Cup
Yeah. What about it?
hat trick in the final.
Yeah, I guess, but no, I don't mind an argument for Vinny at 3rd. He's on the better team.
Is Vinny 4th?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's close, but maybe a qualm I have with that is I don't know. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Say
Why?
it. Say it. You can't tease us like that.
Where's Neymar in that list?
What do you mean, Neymar? Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Neymar?
hey.
What's wrong with
Neymar
you?
has been out for 4 months.
You can say Neymar over Rashford.
Neymar has been out for 4 months.
Oh.
I think over the
He has 18 goals and 17 assists this season.
I wouldn't be mad if you put him like in.
Put him over Neymar.
or
Rashford,
Lewandowski.
sorry.
I wouldn't be mad if he was in
Like-
over any of those.
Okay,
Like
so
what's Rashford's stats on the season? I'm curious.
I could check for you right now.
I'm very
I swear
curious.
Martinelli has better stats.
Well, okay, that's not
Even
that
Vinny
crazy.
too. In the league, he only has 19 GA. Mbappe has 27. Sorry.
Let's not get crazy now, Martinelli. But
Have you seen his stats this season?
ooh, Martinelli.
Yeah.
I'm not putting him in Ballon d'Or talk. So stats are stats. But like,
But like what?
Well, he doesn't give you the same eye test that Rashford does.
Rashford has 16 goals, 5 assists.
Oh my god!
And just in the league. I
what
don't
about all comps?
I mean, he
can't
doesn't
find
he didn't
all
really
of them,
play
but-
anything else. I don't know. I would put Neymar in there over like Rashford and Lewandowski probably.
I would say the top 8 is pretty locked. Like that's you can't really move
Yeah.
that around.
Yeah.
So the 6, 7, 8 is Osimhen, Cavada, and De Bruyne. You can't really get rid of those players.
I can agree with that.
It's
yeah.
just the 9 and 10. You those are interchangeable with. It could be Neymar. It could be like. Can you throw Luka Modric still in there? Because he might be going to a Champions League final again.
Sure.
Do you throw any other Man City players in
Why
there?
not throw him in there?
You could.
Man,
probably-
I'm probably not throwing another Man City player in there. Why? Why are you throwing another City player?
I feel like Rodri has a good shot to make a top 10. Rodri has been instrumental for Man City.
People aren't gonna rate a DM like that, though.
I know, but
what about Alvarez?
Best DM in the world. Who?
Alvarez, World Cup.
Oh.
Come on, bro.
That's just okay. Yeah, but if anyone's making it, it's probably gonna be Neymar.
Yeah.
Neymar, Modric.
I
don't have anyone else.
about it. Maybe Jude.
I don't know.
Depends how crazy you're feeling.
What?
I don't know. There's some good footballers on this planet, man.
Leao.
Rashford's GA for all comps is 37.
Pretty good.
It's a lot of GA, man.
So it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think we can all mostly agree with that. Let us know in the comments. What do you guys think?
I don't think Lewandowski should be in the 10th. I would swap him for
100%
any of the other guys.
Top goal scorer.
Any of the other guys.
In La
I'd
Liga.
swap out.
He hasn't been doing well for like the last couple of weeks. He's still top goal scorer.
He always scores against the shit teams too.
But
You don't see him scoring
wasn't
against the
wasn't this for like last calendar year?
True.
Or what is it?
What?
This. Or is it going off this season?
It's season.
This season.
Based off season.
This season.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Yeah, that's kind of weird that it's in there. Because I thought maybe it included, like, didn't he break the record
Who?
last year? Lewandowski for Bayern?
Yeah.
I thought maybe that would have
Muller?
was
No.
included. But if not, then I think that's kind of a weird inclusion. I would probably say Neymar. Neymar 9th, and if you want to keep Rashford, like maybe Rashford 10th. You can even argue like maybe Neymar
Neymar who?
Jr.
And who?
Over who?
Don't get crazy.
I'm not gonna get. I could get crazy. Like you could technically put him over like the Napoli guys if you wanted to get crazy.
No, I won't.
You could. You
No,
could.
you can.
You
He's been
could-
up for 4 months.
You still could though. You still could.
We're talking about talent.
But yeah, you still could. He's got crazy GA and he did his thing in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could. I won't, but you could.
I don't think you can.
You
can.
You can. I won't, but you could.
I literally think it's impossible.
No, it's possible.
I literally think it's impossible.
But why though? Why is it impossible?
Why is it impossible? They're winning. They're
they
winning
won Serie A.
Oh,
So what?
no, way harder to lead.
PSG's gonna win the league.
Serie A.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Farmers League.
But you're still winning a league.
Technically, it's
He's
the same
winning. He's
thing.
winning a league without even playing.
But and he's got more
How's
GA.
that- how's that
And he's got
him?
more GA than both of them.
Hey.
How's he have more GA than both of them?
Supposedly
He
does.
might have more GA. Someone check it. Matt, check
What
it.
was it?
What?
Check it. Check
Get
Neymar's
more
GA.
Neymar?
Neymar's at like 18, 17.
Like total.
No, like 18 goals, 17 assists.
Oh,
He has more GA
he might. Yeah.
than both of them.
But he's
Yeah.
also playing in like a Dookie league.
Oh, but winning a league's a league, no?
No, I never said
Hey,
that. You said that.
Why does one league mean more than the other?
See, that's a way
I'm
harder
just
league.
saying. I'm just
So
saying.
18 goals, 17 assists.
I wouldn't be upset.
With Fournier?
Yeah.
The injuries, I think, is the only argument you can make against
Yeah,
it.
I
But
mean,
impact for your team, he's not even close.
True.
He literally did nothing. for the
18
team.
goals, 17 assists.
Yeah, but that's not doing anything. You're just doing stuff against the bottom feeders. Like, nice.
How do you know that?
Yeah, how do
They're
you
probably, probably win like 6-0 a game. Like,
You
No,
watching
not
PSG
I don't
like
watch
that?
the Liga.
Look, they're
So how do you know that?
PSG is losing to Lorient.
I
without
saw that
Neymar.
last week. Yeah.
Bro, Marseille could overtake PSG in the league, bro.
No,
they're a few
like,
points
they're like-
off.
They're still like 6 points. Well, how much?
I think like 5 or 3 points.
It's a closer gap than
No,
City. Yeah.
no. More, yeah.
And didn't Cavani just get locked down in the 3 biggest games of the season?
Damn, dude.
Oh, you don't understand tactics. That's why.
Tactics for him to get
I don't know, man.
locked up.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, if you're
I'm
getting
just
triple
saying.
teamed, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get locked down.
Man, Neymar gets triple team every game.
Bro, they call him Cavaradona. I thought he's good.
Chris Tactafor over here, bro.
I'm just saying. I just thought I'd throw it out there and just see what everybody had to say. I wouldn't be mad.
I would. It would be pretty stupid.
So we're talking about PSG being a farmers league.
Yeah.
Do you guys think the Premier League is a farmers league now?
No.
Low key.
Because with that
Low
being
key
said,
it is.
over
Low
the
key
past
it is,
7
man.
seasons, PSG and Man City have the same amount of titles, 5 out of the past 7 seasons.
But you can see where the money is being spent. Where compared to the other leagues, like what team is really taking over those leagues, where it's literally like a money team.
What do you mean?
Wait, what's the question? Say that again.
No, like
I said, is the Prem turning into a farmers league?
No.
no. What's Dan's?
what I'm saying is that Man City is a money team, so they're literally going to win. They're
So
going
is
to pay.
PSG.
They're going to pay to win.
But what does that mean?
PSG is a money team. They're going to pay to win, right?
Yeah, but what does that mean though?
What City team is paying to win right now?
No, but that doesn't mean it's a farmers league because they're not paying.
No,
to
I'm
win.
just saying it makes it seem like it is because those teams are literally paying to win, where the other teams are struggling to get trophies in that league, right? His argument saying that it's a farmers league because there's no other teams winning.
There is no other team winning.
Yeah, but
They're winning almost every year.
But I'm telling you, it's because those teams are money teams, whereas
But City aren't spending the most in the Prem.
Yeah, but they spent it
Not
to
the
get.
most, though.
How much have they spent to get to
A lot,
where they are
but
now?
not the most.
But
$1
to
billion.
get here right now where they are,
I
billion.
think United spent more.
United spent a lot
They
too,
spent
bro.
more.
And Chelsea
but
probably
they've
not
also
too.
gone through like what 5 different managers since.
Whose problem is that?
Man. Well, they got lucky with Pep. They literally bought Pep and knowing that they gave everything to Pep. And once you have a good manager established for your team, don't you think the team is going to do a good job going forward?
Was Mourinho not a good manager?
Not necessarily. What has he done since he left freaking Real Madrid?
You won
been to,
United
like-
2 trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, shitty trophies.
Are those the last 2 trophies they won?
But I'm just saying, like, it
Might have been.
Didn't they win Europa League?
yeah.
Mourinho did.
With Antonio Valencia, bro.
You didn't rate Europa League?
Spatty does. Spatty's a big Europa League fan over here. But same thing in the Liga. Like, you can kind of say that's a farmers league besides Barca and Real Madrid because those are the only 2 teams that are literally paying. They spend all the
It
money.
is a farmers league.
Bundesliga. There is some teams that are competing, but again, it's either Bayern or Dortmund who are competing as well.
Barely.
But when
You
people
don't have to sugarcoat it. Dortmund's not competing.
Yeah, that's
They are competing.
but when people
season they are.
but when people say the Premier League is the best league because all the teams are good quality and anyone has a chance to beat any team, but then you always see Man City winning and by a lot of points.
But I think you have to you gotta dig deep and what is a farmers league? Define it.
Yeah.
Because some people can say farmers league is there's one good team and the rest of the teams are trash, right? Or it could be that the whole league is trash in comparison to the other top 5 leagues, right? Because if you're looking at it from it's just one team winning, then technically the Prem is a farmers league. If you're looking at it in terms of quality of teams overall, then maybe it's not so much of a farmers league because on paper at least you'll probably peg most of the Prem teams to win against most other leagues. In reality, does that happen? No, but I don't know. What's a farmers league? Define farmers league.
For me, I would say it's when a team starts to win almost every season. Like a Man City, they're winning almost every season.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the team that can play with, can compete in every single trophy that they come against because they have the depth where they can literally rotate players in and out.
Like La Liga, you don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
It could be
It's
this
a
year's
50-50.
Barca.
You're
Everyone
either
thought
gonna pick
Madrid's gonna
Barca or
win.
Madrid. It's
Yeah,
two
but
options.
You
but
flip a
it's
coin.
And it's not like Man City. When's the last time City really ran with the trophy?
Last year.
3 years ago? 4
What
years
was
ago?
last year? Who was second last year?
Liverpool, maybe.
United were in second last year.
I don't know. But I think for me, a farmers league, there's a very fine line between a farmers league, but then at the end of the day, there are some teams that are just bloody good. And just because they're winning the league every year doesn't make it a farmers league because they're also probably beating up teams in Europe. So it's you can't necessarily, let's say, call a certain league a farmers league when the team that's winning that league every year is going on and stomping every team in Europe for the most part.
Yeah.
so
Because
then
that team is just good.
So then the Bundesliga wouldn't be a farmers league.
I don't know.
A lot of people call Bundesliga a farmers league,
I know.
but then you say
Everyone
Bayern.
calls every league a farmers league.
Yeah, I think people just throw around the term too loosely nowadays.
Realistically,
I understand why people would say that about the Premier League though. It's true though that Man City are almost winning every year.
Yeah,
even
but
when
then
they're down 8 points.
But
to
then
20 points.
but then Liverpool are coming off a Champions League final last season, right? Man City might very well make a Champions League final this year. Maybe the teams are just good,
They are the best teams. Yeah.
right?
I don't think any
know.
of the top 5 leagues are actual farmers league. You wouldn't
Realistically,
you wouldn't
no.
be a top 5 league if you were a farmers league. A farmers league is maybe the Portuguese league where they have 3 top teams and then the rest are kind of, or 4 top teams with Braga and the rest are just they're never going to see any European football.
It's a good shout.
Would you agree with that, Jay?
I mean, like you guys mentioned, what's the definition of a farmers league? I don't know.
I don't know.
You're saying if you're a top 5 league, you can't be a farmers league?
Tough.
I mean, a lot of people say League One's a big farmers league.
That's probably the closest thing to a farmers league.
But
Why?
isn't farming you're mending your crops, you're watering the plants,
Oh my gosh, bro.
And then you're
guy-
harvesting.
you're harvesting.
This guy's playing what's that game?
And
Farmville
in that
over here,
sense,
bro.
maybe League One is a farmers league because they're harvesting all this talent.
They are harvesting a lot of
They are.
talent. Then.
So maybe League One is a farmers league. But if you're going by the definition of if one team's winning the league, they're a farmers league. Prem is a huge Farmers League. Farmers League.
Jeez.
It's entertaining, but I don't like seeing City win every year. Like it's
boring.
It hurts my heart that Arsenal bottled the league. It does.
Yeah.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, the only thing that comes to, like, I understand is that
Not over yet. Come on.
City is one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
The only team that can really come up against and compete with is probably Real Madrid.
Oh.
In the last decade,
What are you trying to say? Juve? What are you gonna say?
I said Juve. I was joking.
in the last decade, they can probably just compete with Real Madrid with like how successful they've
Last
been.
decade, no, Bayern's definitely up there.
I can Bayern, PSG. I can't really give it to PSG because they only win in their league domestically. They can't really win it in like
but
Europe.
City haven't won
City
it.
haven't either. I know, but they've been what, top 4 for how many years now?
So if PSG.
Yeah, but
PSG made a UCL final too.
yeah, it's tough. But like, then you're just literally there's examples for every league.
Yeah, but we're talking about league.
So
We're not
does
talking
that-
about UCL.
We're talking about every
UCL is not a part of it. We're talking about league.
Well, technically it is because the
Farmers
quality of the
League.
league is going to be
Farmers
showcased in the
League.
Champions League. Because then how else do you compare the quality of the league versus other leagues?
Outlier.
their
bro.
league.
Outlier? What do you mean outlier?
It's an outlier.
How?
How's it not?
What do you mean how's it not? If a team if a team is winning in the league and they're also winning in Europe, it means that they're just a good team. And
Are
theoretically,
PSG and City winning in Europe?
no,
Might.
I mean,
This
might.
year.
They
Haven't
haven't.
won
they
yet.
might, but
They
they
haven't.
haven't. Right? But maybe that just goes to show the quality of the league isn't as high as we think.
It's different to say, yeah, if City's destroying the league every single year, but they're literally getting knocked out of the group stage, right? Then that literally means that the league is like just trash and like City are like the best in the league.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But like there's other teams that are competing still in trophies. City is, I would say, is the outlier because they are competing. They're just superior in all aspects of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, but if we're talking about teams getting bounced, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, all these teams have been getting bounced by other top 5 league teams in this Premier League, this huge Premier League. Besides Manchester City, they're the only team that haven't got bounced or killed in one of these games.
But
so
at the same
maybe
time-
they are a Farmers League.
But at the same time, what are these teams that you just mentioned? Who are they beating to get how far are they getting reached to?
None of them actually got that far. To be
So
honest.
United beat Barcelona, where Barcelona
Barcelona
got
also
knocked out of both of how many leagues recently, and they're in
Hey,
first place in their league.
I'm definitely not going to defend Barcelona.
Of course you're
If
not.
they're in
that's
first
crazy.
place in their league and they're not even, they can't even make out of the second round in both their European competitions, then what does that mean?
Injuries play a big part.
Okay,
But you guys also got knocked out by Sevilla, a 14th place team in La Liga.
And I'll make mass discussion the argument. Are injuries?
There you go.
So what does it come down to?
But if you're a team that's competing for top 4, you can't really blame injuries. If you don't want to be a part of a Farmers League, you can't
Yeah,
blame
but the
injuries.
first place team in the league is complaining about injuries. We're in what? We're
but
fighting
they're
for
they're
fourth.
one of the Farmers Leagues.
Shut up, man.
They literally are.
Have one of your teams win a freaking Champions League and then talk.
Which league claimed the UCL last season?
What?
Which league
Oh, so you're
claimed the
Madrid.
UCL?
Madrid.
You're
and
a
it's
Madrid
probably-
fan now.
It's literally okay. Yeah, you're a
So
Farmers League.
So how's that Farmers League?
You're a Farmers League. It's literally just Madrid.
How? If La Liga is winning all the trophies in Europe.
Literally just Madrid.
How? Sevilla?
Sevilla. We're talking about right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
right
we're
now
not talking
nothing's
about the- We're
happened.
not talking
Villarreal
about
won the
decade,
Europa.
We're talking about right now.
Nothing's happened right now.
They're not
Finals
going
haven't
to win
happened
the
yet.
Europa League.
You don't
They're
know.
not going to win. No, they might win Champions League because it's a Farmers. Because they only have one good team,
But Sevilla can still win Europa League.
but they're not.
How do you know?
How do you know
that, bro?
Are you from the future?
They're come up against Juventus. Not
Oh
gonna
my
be good.
god.
What are you saying, Raven, bro? What's going on?
The mighty Juventus.
Let us know, guys. Let us know in the comments.
No, but it is a fact. Like these Premier League teams are getting knocked out by not that big of an opponent.
You got Newcastle in
Besides
fourth.
Chelsea.
At the
besides
same
Chelsea.
time, won't you think that their competition is just so superior in the league that yes, it might come down to literally having the depth where they, you know what, sometimes they gotta prioritize maybe putting their best out in the league. Like for example, Arsenal, they're like literally competing for the league. Where like they I would rather say, would you guys not agree? Would it not be better for them to win the league over winning Europa League?
Yeah, league would definitely be better.
Well,
for
they
them.
thought that they can win the league at that
So
point.
at that point, like they're competing for the league, and for them to get knocked out of like the Europa League, I wouldn't say, oh fuck, like that sucks, because at the end of the day, like I'm sure they prioritize the league way more than Europa League. So even if they get knocked out, okay, fine or whatever. But it's just like these teams are competing in the league. They have to. They can't be expected to like win these top trophies unless they're like a team like Man City who has the depth. Can literally put like 2 teams out there and like one place for the league, one place for
the trophies.
But with the amount of money that these teams are spending, you'd expect them to be able to compete on multiple
spending
fronts.
for their best 11 players. They're not spending.
Not really.
Well,
No, Arsenal brought
They're
depth.
spending for depth too.
Trossard,
Jorginho,
Great.
Jorginho.
They got Fabio Vieira.
Kivior.
Yeah, but those players are not winning the league for you or winning the Europa League for you. Whenever they're being put on the field.
I don't
spending
think
money
Arsenal
on
should be part of this conversation because they're the only ones that actually competed this year.
Do you think that they're more of an outlier, or you think that they're legit?
No, they're legit. They had 11 strong players who had played the best for them from the beginning, and you know what? It comes down to like literally them being just drained out at this point in the league. They couldn't keep up with the Europa League. They got knocked out by Sporting. Right now, they're literally losing they lost almost 10 points in the last 3 games just because they couldn't continue. They're just tired. Going up 2-0, losing back-to-back 2-0 leads, losing against City now last weekend. It looks like they're done. It looks like they had their dream run, and at this point, they're drained. They don't have the depth. Even City too. Man, you can toss some players here. Now Haaland doesn't play a game or two. Okay, you can still get some points there, but then you got Haaland to come back off the bench, and you're winning again. You're winning 4-0, 3-0.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really. It's I
I don't know.
obviously, it depends on definition. But off of my definition, if one team is way better than the rest of the league, I do think it's. I don't want to call it a farmers league. I just don't think it's on par with. It shouldn't be called the best league right now.
Then what should?
I don't think there is a number one. To be honest, there's none that I would say is better than the other. Besides obviously Liga and not in the picture.
Why?
Because it's tough. I think they're all pretty even. I would think.
No, I like Liga.
Oh, you're talking about Liga.
Yeah. Because we're talking about Farmers League, and I said this 5 minutes ago. They're the definition of a Farmers League.
Yeah.
They cultivate talent.
A lot of talent.
They breed talent.
I wouldn't want to watch.
They harvest talent. And it's beautiful to see. I saw a post today about Lost Lille, all the talent they've harvested.
Yeah, I saw that post too.
And it's world class players.
It's crazy.
It's your favorite players' favorite players.
Yeah,
that
but
they're harvesting.
Them selling the players is not going to make you watch the league. Them keeping the players is going to make you watch the league.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because you might want to watch the league to watch that
that
player
next
that's coming
star,
up next.
So you would want to watch.
like a Joe David.
You're going to want to watch this team that loses their stars every single year. This is the team that you want to watch.
I'm not saying I'm going to follow a team from Liga, but I'm saying I'm going to watch the league because there's talented players in the league every year, no matter who they sell.
No, I know that, but you never know what team that's going to come from. I mean,
Exactly.
Leo's a pretty.
So every week there could be a new budding talent.
And that's exciting.
It's
not just the same teams, right?
I still don't think the.
You know what? No, you know what it is. It's the marketing. It's 100% the marketing because the the marketing is the Liga's a Farmers League. That's the marketing.
It is.
But it's also the football is not comparable to other.
Why?
When do you see Liga teams win anything?
No, they don't.
They don't
really.
have the cash.
Yeah. But in terms of the quality of football and the style of play, it's probably most similar to the Premier League
But even then,
in
in terms of style of play.
they have this farmer league agenda where they don't have the teams that compete with the league, but they have the players that do come out of it, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, you hear one of these two players that are doing really well, but they get sold instantly.
Yeah, because they need cash.
But
I'm saying.
that,
The
but
league
at the end of the day,
itself
that's
doesn't have
literally why a league is still known as a farmers league if they can't keep that.
Well, it's just because they don't have funding, right?
And
Like,
that's true though.
if every team had Premier League's TV rights money, then I think a lot more teams would be keeping their talent, right? But they don't, so that's why you're seeing bright talents from the best team in France or second best team in France going to 19th place Premier League because they can just put a bag of cash on the table, 10 times their wages, and
But that's
you're
a
not an
farmers
idiot.
league.
You're gonna say yes,
That's a farmers league then.
but
Yeah.
not
If they had the funding, they wouldn't be a farmers league. But they don't have the funding, so they are a farmers league.
That's not true. Ciudad doesn't have funding. Are they a farmers
Who?
league? Ciudad doesn't have funding.
But they could hold on to players.
Can they?
Yes. They're
Can
probably
they?
gonna hold on to Cavada and Osimhen this year.
Are they?
You think both of them?
I would put money on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
You want to put $30
How much?
on
Go
it?
put money on it.
So
James.
if that's the case, where maybe the team that literally sells off all their crops
Yeah.
is considered a farmers league, then I would say the Premier League is far from that.
No, then in that aspect, it's not. But team-wise, performance-wise, in the big stage, and in the league, it is.
Or I would say,
Quality-wise, maybe not.
oh man, it's such a hard discussion.
There's two ways of going at it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The league on way of selling players, they're a farmers league.
I think we've gotten crossed here a little bit.
Yeah.
And then performance-wise,
Okay,
performance-wise, Prem is a
we keep
farmers
going around and around.
league. Okay, that's it.
Good
So,
for you.
that sounds good.
That is it.
That's fine.
Matt, you
Is
got something else for us?
everyone okay with that, or is someone
That's,
else?
Yes, okay.
that's fine, man.
Sure, bro.
That's
We
great.
could finish that off there, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw Giannis had a little quote on failure, and then Carlo Ancelotti had something to say about it. So just to remind what Giannis said. So he said, "There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you're able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it is your turn. Some days it's not. That's what sports is about. You don't always win." And then Ancelotti kind of
But he said this because he got cheesed at a reporter. A reporter asked him if he
Yeah.
thought the season was a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ancelotti kind of piggybacked on what he said. And he said, what Antetokounmpo said was fantastic. Failure is when you don't try to do something as well as you can. When you try to do your best, you have a clear conscience, and that's never a failure. Not just in sport, but in life. What do you guys think about this quote and what it means?
What he said was like spot on. Like obviously a team like his goes in to win, you know. But at the end of the day, he says it wasn't our turn. Like there could only be one winner. You know, we could all say Man City deserves to win the Champions League. We could all say Madrid deserves to win the Champions League. Those are Champions League winning teams, you know. But only one team can win. And to say like, oh, because Man City didn't win, let's just say if they don't win the Champions League finals, if they make it there, we're gonna say the league, their whole season was a failure. No, you know what I mean?
Dude,
That'll come
I'm
down
sorry. I'm sorry. I could not disagree more.
Really?
Yeah, I could not disagree.
Damn.
Giannis just gave an excuse for so many losers worldwide. Because, first of all, to go exactly to what Giannis is saying, yes, their season was a failure. They're the first seed and they lost the lowest seed. So, yes, the complete failure of a season. And I'm surprised Ancelotti likes that quote so much because he's a serial winner. So, that kind of grinds my gears a little bit. But no, it's like, yeah, I get the expression. There could only be one winner, but like that sounds like a loser thing. Like, of course, if City don't win the CL, it's a failure. We're gonna laugh at them because they just spent the most money. Of course, it's a failure. No, I love Giannis. I don't like that he said that.
Yeah, I also think that's like loser mentality from Giannis because one, you're the best team in the league, arguably. So if we're to make the comparison, if we're to make the comparison football wise, even though it's
I
a little
love that you
difficult,
two are saying this too.
even though it's a little difficult, let's say Madrid are favorites to win the league. Some would say Boston were Celtics or Boston were favorites to win, right? So let's say Madrid got bumped out of UCL first round by like Club Brugge. That'd be a failure for Madrid, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The point of them winning is the point of them playing is to win the UCL, no?
Okay. Can I go?
Yeah.
I know exactly where you're going.
I would love to agree, but I'm with Carlo Ancelotti because is Barca's season a failure?
Yeah.
It is for winning the league?
Yeah.
How?
Not for winning the league, but failure in other ways, yeah.
No, but as a whole, is it a failure?
As a whole,
What factors makes you think that it's a failure?
What
What are the factors that, you know what, that's failure because we did not check up these squares?
well, it was a failure because the league is kind of in a shambles as a whole. La Liga isn't the best right now.
Barcelona.
Barca.
Why is
But that's
Barcelona
a result.
I want you to answer
No,
too.
No.
that's a result because of that, yeah.
No.
No.
So it's the league's fault that Barcelona literally got
Okay.
knocked out of the Champions League and Europa League.
Okay, hold on. As a whole, just yes or no, you two, is Barcelona's season a failure?
Yeah.
Yes, but the way that you're broadening it in a way
No, I'm not.
that makes it a little unfair in the
No, I'm
sense
not.
that with NBA it's one trophy to win. So maybe
There's two.
What?
Technically, there's
The
two.
league.
What?
They won the
They won the league.
The league.
What?
They won like
NBA.
They won.
Yeah.
They were the best team in the league.
There's no trophy for
Okay,
winning
we're not talking about
Yeah,
okay,
there
but
is.
you have the
the NBA. No, there's not.
For having the best like regular season record.
There's no trophy. No, there isn't.
You win the East. You win the West.
That's not a trophy.
okay. Is
That's not a title.
Barcelona's season a
No,
failure?
wait. Let me finish. A proper way to maybe debate this would be, let's say, a World Cup international team, because you're going for that one trophy. Is Brazil a failure for not winning the World Cup? Yes.
No, but they're not
That's
going
it.
for one trophy.
Yeah, they are.
They were the best regular season team.
But what's the whole point of the NBA?
Barcelona
To win that,
is the best
to win
team
at
in
the
the
NBA
Liga.
Finals.
Is the best team in the Liga. we're gonna consider playoffs as Champions League or Europa League. You guys failed to do that. I still think that you guys didn't have a failure of a season. You guys won the league.
Okay, but you're broadening it to more than one competition.
No, you're just saying it that way because it's a different sport. They were the best team in the NBA this year. Besides playoffs. Playoffs is they had a bad 7 games.
Bro, look at Lakers, bro. Playoffs, LeBron.
So I would say what Chris is comparing it to is that the leagues. He's comparing the league regular season and the NBA to the regular Barcelona season.
Yes.
So you guys are winning the league there, and then they obviously won the league in the NBA. He's comparing now the playoffs in the way like Champions League or Europa League, where you're literally playing off like knockout kinda.
You get knocked out by any team.
That trophy.
I don't like that. That's a
I like that.
No, that's a garbage comparison.
No, yours is a garbage comparison.
Because you don't get like winning the league. There's no winning the league in NBA.
But what did Matt just say? Isn't your whole thing? What's harder to do? Be consistent in the league or be consistent in the Champions League?
In the league.
Okay, they did it right there. They were most
Bucks were
consistent
the
in the
best
league and they
team.
won the league.
But a league matters in
Stop playing-
soccer. A league. Yeah, being first place in NBA, NHL, NFL doesn't matter.
But
So
yeah,
then
does it get you better?
Did that work for the Bucks?
Don't compare
No.
loser mentality. It's a completely different thing.
No, it is a loser. Wait, so you don't think Giannis and the Bucks failed?
No. Why?
They lost to the worst team.
Bro, the goal is to win the chip, no?
So what? They've
So
won
they failed then.
They've won a chip 2 years ago.
That's 2 years ago. This is
It
now.
happens. It's a cycle. It's gonna happen. They're not gonna be the best team forever.
So their season was a success.
Not a success, but it's not.
So if it's not a success,
You either succeed or fail.
what's the middle ground? There's a middle ground.
Yeah, if you get 100% or you
progress?
get a failing percent. What are you? What do you get in school?
It's either success or fail.
You either win or lose.
You either fail or you got it.
You either win or lose. It's sports. It's not school. It's sports. You win or lose.
There's no percentage.
Is there even
mark. You
ties
win or
in
lose.
basketball? No, you either win or lose.
Okay, hold on. Is Lazio getting top 4 a winning or losing? They didn't win anything, but that's a win in their books because they got Champions League football next season.
Okay.
So why they didn't win anything?
Okay.
But they won.
But you look at the Bucks. Are they expected to win the title? They're the first seed.
I wouldn't say that. I would still.
Yes, they were title favorites.
But the title favorite nothing.
Exactly, because they didn't win. Because they didn't end up winning. So it
because
doesn't matter.
Brazil is title favorite every year just
And
for
they
the
never
name.
win.
We didn't win,
They
so
never
we
win.
failed.
Yeah, so it's a failure.
Yeah, but it's different. It's
it
two
different?
different things.
I literally just caught you in your tracks.
No, I was trying to say favorites means nothing. It's not the best
Exactly,
team.
because we failed.
Would you say Arsenal's league is a failure?
Yes.
Season a failure?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're saying Arsenal's season this
Yeah,
year compared
but they just bottled the
compared to
league.
last year is a failure.
You can't compare to
Yes,
last
you
year.
can.
No, you can't. It's this
Why?
year. They
They
failed.
upgraded.
But they literally came. They would never expect it to get this far.
But they bottled the league. They failed.
But from the beginning of the season,
They got
you expect them to get
champions,
this
they got
far.
Okay,
It doesn't
expectations at the beginning of the seasons, get top 4 for Arsenal. They exceeded expectations.
and failed.
No, they exceeded
exceeded
expectations.
No.
They bottled the league.
In the beginning of the season, you think their expectation, the
win the
board
league?
comes to
No.
them and says, "We want you guys to win the Champions League, the league this year." No, that
doesn't
wasn't their
mean you can't
expectation.
fail.
No, but
No, but
they
at the
give
end of the day, they-
expectations at the beginning of the year, and they exceeded expectations.
And then failed when it
No,
mattered
there's no
most.
failing. They exceeded the expectations.
So bottling the league isn't a failure. Bottling it.
They exceeded the expectations.
A lot of fans.
Yeah,
even
but then
Arsenal
they
fans.
bottled.
It's a failure in that aspect, but as the season overall,
Wait,
they exceeded
wait,
expectations.
No, you just said it's a failure in that aspect, so they failed. You just said it's a failure in that aspect,
Yeah,
they failed.
in a slight
you just
aspect,
said
but
they
as a
failed.
season-
they failed.
You just said they failed.
No, but look, you're taking the slice thing. I said as a season.
You just said they failed.
No.
They failed.
As in that aspect, but
So
No, they failed regardless.
Oh my
They
god!
failed.
Now we got the third Barca fan coming.
No, I don't.
First of all, they failed regardless.
Since when is not bottling a league not failing? Like, are you guys crazy?
They were never favorited.
But they bottled a
it
league.
doesn't matter if they were favorites or not.
They
failed. They failed.
In the beginning of the season, you think they had a square with win the league? No,
Maybe.
they had make Champions League.
Maybe.
And now they have that crossed off because they're making Champions
Okay,
League.
and guess what? You get to the middle of the season, they're
Yeah.
dominating, and they bottled.
They failed.
Dortmund. Were you expected to win the league?
Yeah.
You were expected to win the league with Bayern. I don't think you're ever expected to win the
He
league.
always says that.
No.
At the beginning of the year, anytime you're going into the league, you're going in with the intention to win the league.
Of course, everyone does.
Yeah. Dortmund.
Every team does.
Okay,
You
but
have
they
to.
had it in their hands. And would you say it's a failure again?
Well, it's not done yet.
If
It's not done
they
yet.
don't make it. Is it a failure?
Yeah. Because they had it in their hands with 5 games to go. If you have that situation where you have it in your fate with 5 games to go and you don't do it, it's a failure.
Yeah,
Same thing. If Napoli didn't win the league, is that a failure
100%.
this season?
Yeah, but
Okay,
they're
no,
also
no, no,
Don't- don't dance around that.
They're also like
Were they expected to win Serie A at the start of the season?
No, they weren't.
Were they expected to win Serie A at the start of the season?
No,
they weren't.
if they were to
Okay.
bottle like an Arsenal lead, I would still think that was a good season.
But bottle is bottle regardless, whether it's
If-
15 or
That's
5
the most
points.
loser mentality.
If Napoli lose right now and lose this lead, that's literally a failure because they've been this consistent for how long? How long have they been this consistent for?
The whole year.
This whole lead, right? The
So
whole
is
year.
Arsenal though. Like they've
No,
been
not
first.
this much of a lead.
But they've been first for almost
They're
the whole
ahead
season.
by like 13 points.
Yeah, but you guys see that, but you guys don't realize that City has also been down by 2 games.
Two
every single
games,
time.
yeah.
That's 6 points.
You guys don't realize how close the title race actually was.
You guys are saying Arsenal's been ahead of the league. No, they haven't. There's always been like 2 or 3 games that City have been under them by.
Everyone
And you guys also didn't
dismisses
realize that both of their games
No.
against each other
Yes.
also got canceled and postponed. They didn't play those 2 games against each other until recently.
But it was
so that's
clo-
like
it
that's
was
literally 6
closer.
points that are
Yeah.
like if those games were played in regular time, the City would have been already in first.
Yep.
You don't know that.
No,
Yes.
100%.
No, but
Because both of
Arsenal
their
also
games-
How's that
both-
100%?
Arsenal
both the
dropped
City-
points though.
Yeah,
Both
They
the
dropped
City's
points.
and Arsenal's games have been postponed until late of the year. They both got canceled, both got postponed. If City played those games earlier and they won those games, then most likely because they literally showed they won them, they would have probably been like tied or probably in first by now. But again, they're still down by two games.
Okay, but what if Arsenal, who are the league leaders, actually managed to beat the bottom team in the league, Southampton?
Yeah.
Them not beating your first, you lose the bottom. That's bottling.
Yeah.
You're failing.
Yeah.
You guys lost to like every single last place team, and you guys still
No,
win.
but that doesn't have anything to do with it.
But every top team's gonna lose to a bottom team. Like it happens.
But when you're first
So it
and
does
leading
have
the
something.
league by a solid margin, you're bottling.
Yeah. If
Every game
I'm fine
matters.
with them losing the City. I'm
Yeah.
fine with them. They're losing to Southampton.
Yeah.
That's failing.
if like you have like at the end of the day, like it would have been completely different if like media, Arsenal fans, even like the team themselves, they had kind of like a cockiness and arrogance about them. They didn't try in Europa League because they're going for the league.
They didn't
So-
try in Europa League.
They
They
tried.
didn't.
They tried.
They didn't try.
tried.
They rested their players.
No, no, they
Who
didn't.
they rest?
No,
They rested their players.
Maybe the
rested
players they
those games.
rested.
They rested their players,
Who?
man. They rested their players against PSV, and they got lucky that they got by. And even against Sporting, I swear they rested
but
players.
Don't you just understand that they probably did this because they knew they exceeded their expectations already? The fact that they made it this far with the team that they have, what?
So now
name
it's a failure.
Name me 3. No,
but now they're going for it.
Name me
You
2
might as well
players
go
on
for
that
it,
team
but
that
now
are
it's a
world
failure.
class.
But now it's a
Arsenal?
failure.
Yes,
Saka?
world class.
yeah.
Yeah.
World class.
Odegaard?
Yeah.
World class.
Odegaard, yeah.
Odegaard is not world class, dude. He
I would say
decided to
Odegaard
wake
is.
up a year ago.
I would say Odegaard, not
Odegaard
Saka.
is. Saka,
Saka's having a great season.
he might. I think he might be on the like he's
Not
right
world
there.
class.
Yeah, but
Odegaard is though.
again, they exceeded their expectations. So a team that is already exceeding their expectations are obviously gonna like try
Go
their
for it.
best.
Yeah, they're gonna go
to
for it
where
now.
they lose and maybe in some aspects of the game to win in other aspects of the game.
So if they don't go ahead and win what they're shooting for, it's a failure.
Not necessarily because they know that they also don't have the expectations to get this far. That they're literally trying their best to get this trophy, the Premier League.
Did any of you guys actually have Arsenal to win the league
It
when they were,
doesn't matter.
when they were
It doesn't
8 points
matter.
up?
Anyone have you guys making
Okay,
them the top
okay,
4?
okay.
No.
I had City winning the league the whole
So-
time.
No one had them making
yeah.
top 4.
So-
Who had Napoli winning the league?
No one.
Didn't you have
but we're
Barca
talking
winning
about-
Champions League?
I did.
And dude, they got knocked out of the first round.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Yeah, and he failed. Right? We failed, right?
Failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was just the worst take.
That was a bad take. It was a bad take.
But so if you're exceeding expectations, you automatically become immune to failure?
Okay, can I give you something else?
Yes, please.
If you're failing, you're most likely going to get fired as a manager. Is Arteta going to get fired?
That's not true.
Yes, you. What?
It's not true.
If their expectations going into the year,
Bayern
hold on.
loses one game
Hold on,
and
hold on.
they get rid of Nagelsmann.
Yeah, hold on.
Those guys are different.
Wait.
Chelsea got rid of how many managers?
Yeah, they weren't exceeding
But that's the
expectations.
club culture. Arsenal have belief in Arteta, and
No,
he's a part
but
of their
here's the
culture.
difference.
Arsenal been getting rid of other coaches.
they wanted
Arsenal
to
been
get rid of
rid of
Arteta.
Arteta's been here for like 4 years.
Before
They
Arteta,
wanted
they've
to
been
get
getting
rid
rid
of
of
before.
all
What are
of
we talking
them.
about now?
They wanted to get rid of
Bro,
him. the first
every
season.
Arsenal player was saying Arteta out.
If Arsenal
fans were saying Arteta
did not
out.
exceed their top 4 expectations, Arteta would be out this year.
He might still be out.
He's not going to be
No,
out.
he's not being out. Come
Nah,
on.
they're
That's
not.
the most
they're not
crazy thing I've
sacking
ever
I
him.
don't
heard.
necessarily agree with that.
I
not sacking
100%
It's
agree with
it's not
what I'm
true
saying.
because just
It is
because
true.
just
But they've
no,
done
no,
worse
no.
in the league, and they haven't sacked them.
Just
Why?
because you fail,
God.
just because you fail, doesn't mean you're gonna get sacked.
What?
Most of the time it
Most
does.
of the time.
No,
Yes.
Maybe no.
that's not true.
Yes.
Oh my god.
If you believe in the
You
project,
as a Dortmund fan should know.
that's literally not true.
Yes. Rose was. I mean, not Rose. Like the guy before that. For his damn name. Whatever. We're in exceeding expectations. Got fired.
Who? You can't.
I just said
you
I
can't
forgot
name
my
the guy's
name.
name.
I forgot the guy, the older guy.
You can't do that. Not name.
You can't argue if you don't have
The
names.
older guy. I forgot that
You
name.
can't come at me and not have the
Okay,
facts.
anyway, I'll go somewhere else. Inzaghi, for example, Inter. They might not make top 4 this year, but they're in the semifinals of the Champions League. He might get fired.
But is Inzaghi a good coach?
He's a good. Yeah.
No, Inter fans don't rate him.
He's a good coach.
But Inter fans don't rate him.
For knockout stage football, he is a great coach.
Arteta's a good coach.
Okay, but if he didn't make top 4
This
with that,
season-
Good coaches could fail.
Did they make top 4 last season?
Like,
No.
Answer this.
No, they didn't.
Antetokounmpo
So why did they fire him?
So let's just go back
They
to what
did better.
Antetokounmpo was saying. Would you say the basketball league is, or basketball in general, is a harder sport to play than the soccer? Like where it comes to like putting that, like what you put out as in like just like harder sport to play.
Basketball is a lot less team driven.
But is it more? Are you putting in more in to get the results? Like in a game to game, playing 90 minutes of 90 minutes of soccer to playing however long a basketball game is.
As an individual player,
Who's working harder?
probably a basketball player.
Okay, so as a basketball player, these players are playing 82 games in a regular season.
Mm-hmm.
And then Matt, I'll go back to Matt's argument. 82 games in a regular season to how many games they're playing in the regular season for Barcelona? 36.
38.
Okay. Now Matt's argument is always going to be the league's always going to be harder to win because you have to be consistent throughout the whole season, right? You're off for maybe a couple games because you lose your best players, you get injuries, like Matt always says. Okay, that's where teams lose points, right? And then now at that point, other teams can now progress, get results, and now you're finding yourself in 4th place. For a team in basketball where maybe sometimes some of these teams don't have really the strongest depth. You know, there's they get injuries too, and sometimes they fall off when their best players get injuries, right? 82 games in a regular season, you're in 1st place. Now we go into the playoff season where, okay, again, one player gets injured, and then your whole playoff run is literally dead. Same thing with Champions League. You said some players get injured, and your whole run is now over. But what is it easier to win? Would you say a Champions League run or a Premier League league run?
What's easier to win?
Yeah.
Well, there's more luck based in like a tournament style competition.
Based on the NBA, how Antetokounmpo, maybe they just, you know what? Maybe how game did they go to? Game 7?
no, 5.
Okay, so maybe those 4 games they lost, they just were unlucky. They won 1 game.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if someone got injured. Maybe someone got injured. But
Giannis got injured.
Okay, there you go. Their best player got injured. It kind of just comes down to
How many
literally them
games?
being unfortunate. I don't know, but
Just
dude,
playing with an injury.
Still playing though.
Okay, but the difference is
It's a hard comparison.
you're playing
like
82
that.
games in a regular season. You win 1st place, and as basketball being one of the hardest sports to play, man, yeah, like they literally got unlucky in the playoffs.
You think Giannis
they got lucky in the
100%
playoffs.
injured?
I don't know.
But NBA regular season correlates to the playoffs. Whether you finish 1st in La Liga, 2nd in La Liga, 3rd in La Liga, 4th in La Liga, that doesn't matter to what you do in Champions League. There's no comparison.
Only the pot, but that's about it.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. So what's the why are you guys finding like a UCL league connection with this? There's no like connection.
Because how else are you supposed to connect it? It has to be a league and then playoffs with Champions League because that's a playoff format.
But when you win but they're completely different things.
Exactly. So why are you
when you
comparing?
win the league in soccer, you win. When you win the league in when you come first in NBA, it doesn't matter.
Have we not seen lucky runs in tournament formats for soccer where like a team has an easy run to go through and they win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, look at-
basketball
look at-
too.
look at both
you know what? You can
Milans.
get easy. You might be a team like Greece where you're not expected to win the tournament and come out to win.
And guess what? Would Portugal and Portuguese fans say losing to Greece in that Euro 04 final
But
was
they
a
were
failure?
in the final. That was one game.
But would they say it's a
Still a
failure?
failure.
That was one game.
Would they say
It's not like they were
okay.
Barcelona getting knocked out in the first round.
But would they say it's a failure?
Okay, hold on. You guys just...
That was in
Yes
the
or no?
final. But you can't make that argument with the basketball
But
argument.
yes or no?
In that case, yes.
Okay,
but not
that's
in
it.
this
Okay,
case.
hold on. You guys also said Barca is a failure. They won a cup. You guys said that this Barca season is a failure. That's insane. They're winning
Yeah,
the
in
league.
terms of Europe, yeah.
No. I said as a season, as a whole.
I'm saying Europe
No. You got to answer as a whole.
as a whole.
Yes, this Barcelona league season, was it a failure?
Yeah, low key.
See, look, you guys are saying you won a cup.
Major
And
players
You guys are winning a
injured.
cup, and this is a
The
failure.
only positive was
How's that a
was the
failure?
league.
That's insane.
We got knocked out Champions League group stage.
But you won the
That's definitely a
league.
failure.
You won the league. That's not a failure.
But your question is grand scheme.
Yes. It's going to be grand scheme for the NBA too. Has to be.
But there's less competitions.
Yeah, there's
But
gonna be
now,
a
would you?
different sport.
But now, for Ancelotti, because Ancelotti is the one that agreed this whole thing about what Antetokounmpo said. They're not winning the league. They lost out of the Copa del Rey. They lost out of the other trophy.
Well,
If they win
the Copa del Rey.
Okay. Even if they let's say they lose it and they win Champions League on his own, do you think that's a successful season for them?
For
them,
Madrid,
yeah.
Okay.
Which is interesting to me because I think if Madrid were running away with the league, I don't think Ancelotti says that statement.
Nah, no chance.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and I think it's you just look at Ancelotti's DNA and he's like a Champions League winner, not necessarily like a league winner. Like if this was like this is like the first time the Bucks were doing good, and it was their first time, let's say, winning the league in the NBA and having the best record, then it probably wouldn't necessarily be considered a failure because no one's expecting them to do anything in the playoffs because they're inexperienced, they're young, they haven't been there before. But I think the only reason why you could say it is because they've won it before.
Yeah.
All these players have been there before.
Yeah.
And then there's those added expectations because of who they are.
Okay, so we could blame United getting knocked out, Barcelona getting knocked out through injuries, right? Right?
Okay.
So if Giannis is playing injured.
Mhm.
They have an aging team.
Playing still.
He's still playing.
Okay, playing or not playing, he's injured. Basketball players play through injuries. They can't play at 100%.
Exactly.
Look,
Basketball players play through injuries. I'm sure there was players in the other team that were injured as well. Embiid's injured. He's still playing. They made it through.
You think every injury is the same?
He's not playing right now. He's not
So
playing the
how do
first
you
game.
compare injuries then?
How do you compare injuries?
He literally got taken off. He didn't come back in the game.
So what are you gonna
So he
do?
missed the whole game.
Okay.
Okay, so
You still should,
You just saying okay doesn't mean it's right.
you still shouldn't be getting knocked out in 5
Okay.
Against the eight
you're
seed.
making-
against the 8 seed.
so you guys agree
I
or
don't know.
disagree with Antetokounmpo?
I don't know.
I
Like,
agree.
okay, like, let me maybe finish with this. Let's say Arsenal, like it's confirmed they bottled the league. Let's say you're an Arsenal player, like you obviously know you bottled the league.
Yeah.
Would you be comfortable with Arteta coming in to the change room after the last game of the season, saying, "You know what, guys, it's okay. We made progress this season."
No
You'd
shot,
be comfortable
bro.
with him saying
no
that.
shot,
Okay, no,
bro.
but
Like,
what would you expect him to say then?
Guys, lads, we didn't fail this season. There could only be one winner.
What accent
We
is
made
that?
progress.
That's crazy.
We,
accent.
my Arsenal players, we made progress this season. You'd be okay with him saying that as an Arsenal player?
Okay, but is this the last game of the season? He's saying this?
Yeah, after it's confirmed they've obviously bottled the league.
Okay.
Is after the last game of the season.
Would you rather him say, "Okay, lads, you guys are shit. We bought the league
Yes.
14 games ago. So why am I yelling at you now?"
to show
At
that
the end of the
'cause it's
year,
done.
no. At the end of the year, I guarantee you, Arteta's going to go into the change room and go, "All right, lads, I know we didn't win the league, but coming from last year, now you're making Champions League, we came second place, so we did what we could. Yes, we got tired towards the end of the season because we don't have as much depth as City. But
So
we
you're
went
making
second place.
excuses. So you're
That's what's going to happen. You think he's going to put down his team the last game of the season?
Yeah.
I think yeah.
No, he's
I don't
not.
think so.
Bro, if I was a
When you're
gaffer,
this close to
shows
the
me that you guys
trophy
never
and
been in a
you
change
lose
room
it,
with the
bro.
bag.
They have
Crazy.
no depth and they have all young
This is-
players. This is so good for them. The fact that they're competing for first place, they made Champions League.
They come to the change room with Arteta.
It's not a failure of a season.
So they're gonna go into the change room at the last game of the season gassed.
Of course, they're gonna be cheesed that they didn't make it. Who isn't? But at the end of the day, they're gonna think of that back. We made Champions League. We got Champions League next year. Let's go.
Nice.
season's-
They're accepting defeat.
The
Nice.
season's
Champions
done.
League's huge for.
They already lost the league.
Champions League's huge in the Premier League.
Okay, so sorry. Let's not say this conversation is at the last game of the season. Let's say it's the game where it's confirmed.
Yeah.
The confirmed bottling. They confirmed lose the league. Would you be happy with Arteta come in, guys? We've officially lost the league, but it's okay. We made progress.
I don't think
Champions
he's not going to read.
We made top 4, guys. We weren't expecting to do this. It's okay, you guys bottled the
Yeah,
league.
say Arsenal lose to Chelsea tomorrow or Wednesday, and that's like the deciding factor that determines that they lose the league. You think he's gonna come in like that? You know what, guys? It's okay. We had a good season.
No, he's not gonna say it's okay.
Nobody
He's gonna
expected
come in
this.
obviously like
Okay.
it's gonna be like upsetting that they already had it in their hands, but he's still gonna look at them and be like, "You guys like played like had a great season,
Lads, we-
End of the day, there's no way any Arsenal fan or the owners are gonna be like, "You guys are fucking disgusting." You know, Arteta, you're done.
No
You're
one has to
out.
say disgusting.
But like the fact that they literally had it in their
But
hands.
you're gonna think all the boards will be like, you bottled, you failed us this season. No, you've made Champions League. Our goal was to make Champions League. We see there. This is so good for our future.
Okay, now
This
let's
is
say-
huge for our
now
future.
let's-
I have this one stat. I have this one stat. I searched it up, and 70% of the trophies won for the NBA have been won by a first seed team. Okay, how many one seed teams are competing in the NBA finals or in the NBA in general? There's West and East, right? So there's 2 one seed teams.
Okay.
So if 70% of the time one of those teams is winning the trophy, I would give either of those 35% a chance, right? Because it's half and half. 70% of the time, a 1 seed team is winning the trophy.
Okay.
So they both have equal odds, the 35% each. Dude, that's less than 50%.
But still the highest odds out of the teams below you.
But you're going into that with 35% of winning the league.
But higher than anyone else.
But it's still 35% chance of you literally winning it. Whatever the lower behind you, you're still have 35% chance of winning
Has an
the league.
8 seed ever won the NBA championship?
Has a 6 seed ever won? Yes.
Yeah. Has an 8 seed ever won? No.
But at
Has
the
a
same
7 seed
time,
ever won? No.
what if this
But who
is
said
the
they're
first?
winning? They just knocked out the first seed. That's all they did.
All I know is at the end of the season,
Isn't NHL? Didn't Panthers get lower seed and
they
Bruins
just knocked
beat
out
them
the best
seed?
the best NHL team of all time just got knocked out.
I noticed that.
And then
you
what?
don't think Bruins fans thinks it's a failure of a season?
Their playoff is
It's a failure.
Their playoffs
The
is a failure.
the season's a failure.
Their season, they're
That
going to go
means
down as
the
the best
season-
team of all time.
And will anyone care? Well, I don't remember that.
Yes.
No, what they're
But
going to
will there
remember
be
is that they
value
got
in it? Will
knocked
there be
out of the-
value in it?
Didn't they
Yes.
break a record?
Yeah.
They broke the record.
But they're going
Most
to
points of all time.
Okay, people remember the 73-9 Warriors, but are they respected because there's bash because they didn't end up winning
Okay,
the
so
title?
what does that say about teams who are literally beating expectations in the league when it comes in turnaround for the actual now coming on and winning? Those teams that actually surpass their expectations when leagues breaking records, all this shit. I would say most of the time they probably don't go out and win it because they probably put everything out there.
Okay.
Is that not a good observation? Maybe some of these teams who are literally putting everything out there in the league, maybe just fall short at the end.
But again, we're talking about the best team in the NBA. We're not talking about the Charlotte Hornets.
One of the best teams in the NBA.
No,
There's
the
another
best
one.
team.
Well, there's also another one-seeder team.
I'd say
were the Nuggets on the other side, or
yeah, but this is not a basketball podcast.
all I know is at the end of the season, after the season ends, when you look back at Arsenal season, what are they going to say? It was a successful season.
Have
They
any
made
of you guys,
Champions League.
have any of you guys lost in a final?
Yeah.
Okay. What did your coach ream you, or did he say we did great?
It's
this
house league.
House league. bro.
Okay.
What do you expect?
I know it's hard to ask. It's hard to ask you guys. Okay.
at the end of the day,
I've lost in a final. I have not been reamed after losing.
But it's when we're talking
old are
about
you?
Arsenal, we're not talking about a final. Like you said, a final is
It's-
a one
okay,
game.
but you're-
You can get unlucky.
Man,
How old are you?
How am I supposed to tell you?
How old are you?
Doesn't matter how old
If you were
you
12.
are. Okay, you.
He's a grown man.
It's youth football,
How much
bro.
more- I
And you're
would
getting
bet- I
paid
would bet my life
millions. You're
savings-
getting paid millions of dollars to do your job for
I
the
would
club.
bet
James.
my life savings.
James is saying it might be the finals, you might get unlucky, but it's
Yeah.
still a 7-game series, just like it is in the first.
No, I'm talking about
round.
Arsenal.
That's a great shot too. The money situation.
You're getting paid. This is your job.
Okay, and the other team,
And the other team
Man
gets
City
paid to
players
stop
are
you.
getting paid more.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they get paid to do their job too.
What's the difference though?
That's the difference.
One
came back to you.
one team did their job and they
Because
won the
got paid
league.
more. They got paid more. Sorry.
No, not because they got
Yeah,
paid
you're
more.
just much with pay now. Now now I have to pay.
No, I'm
No pay?
comparing that
No
to
pay?
I'm comparing that
to your
to I'm
situation.
comparing it to your situation.
No, but that's false because now I'm compared to your situation. One team's making more than the other.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does because if your team's making more than me,
Okay.
right?
Doesn't mean I'm not going to go put effort. I'm still
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
paid.
So why am I not putting effort? This is a terrible argument. Terrible.
I don't think you I don't
terrible.
I don't think you understand why
You don't understand.
you're not even letting me talk.
Let him say his argument.
You're comparing it to being a child playing youth football and your coach not reaming you out
Okay.
to a grown man
I said, I
getting
guarantee
paid
you.
millions of pounds
Yeah,
a
but
year
the rest of-
to do their job for their club.
So was
every team in the league.
So is everyone else.
Yeah, every team is.
I don't
but
think
at
money
the-
is really a factor here, unless you're literally giving
Yeah,
it
when
to
you're
Man City.
when you're
That's a
comparing
poor-
when you're comparing it to his situation, it
No,
is
but
a
if,
factor.
It's a poor
if you're
argument.
bringing
No,
money
it's
into
not.
this, if you're bringing money into this, what team is winning the league for Premier League?
No, I'm not.
that's not the argument.
The argument isn't
No,
about
I
money.
get his
Comparison
argument
to
still.
youth football.
Still
Yeah.
a poor argument.
Okay,
I guarantee
so
you at any
Manchester
level,
United, if
any
you're
level.
saying Manchester United spent the most money and maybe the season,
It's
Chelsea,
not
they
about.
spent,
It's not about who spent the most money.
okay.
I guarantee you at any level, it's going to be the same way as I'm saying.
No,
I
it's not.
guarantee
Any level?
No.
I guarantee.
How are you
It's not.
comparing it to U12
So-
soccer?
So you're
I literally just said
so,
I guarantee any level.
So you're telling me,
They're not.
Christopher,
Yeah.
Big Sam, under 18 house league
Big Sam.
is
Oh,
gonna go
Sam.
ream these kids
I thought you were talking about Sam
after
Alves.
losing the league,
Some people do.
I'm not talking
and then
about.
Arteta.
I'm really not talking about house league though.
Okay, what? Big Sam's not coaching Helsing.
Wait,
He's coaching provincials.
Wait, but you think
provincials.
You think Arteta's gonna ream Arsenal's
No,
team?
he's not.
No.
No, I'm not saying he's going to, but
then what
at
are
the
you
end of the
saying?
day, it's still a failure.
No, it's not.
And
That is.
It is.
It's really not.
It's a failure.
Not.
Here,
It's
let me
a
add
failure.
something. We're talking about the locker room situation. How Arteta's gonna come in and say, "We got top 4. We exceed expectations." Let's say on that final confirmation day when it's confirmed they lost the league. If you're an Arsenal player, do you feel like you failed?
100%.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
It's a failure.
100%.
That's it.
At
Maybe-
the end of the day,
maybe
it's a
from-
failure. Champions League is a nice to have. Okay, boys, like that's how you rally.
Okay, now
we
you're
we
comparing
go
it
ahead
to
next
literally
season,
losing the league
but it's
5
still a
games
failure.
out and literally losing it the last fucking play of the game.
No,
It might be
because Jay's saying whenever it's confirmed,
After
that
a-
could be this
after
week,
a-
it can be next week, it can be whatever.
After a game, you're gonna think anything's a failure, obviously. But if you look back at the season, the Arsenal players are gonna look back at the season after the season's done. You know, a couple months later or a week later,
And they're gonna
we had a,
think we should have dropped points.
It was that season
We
that was
shouldn't have dropped
stained,
points
bro.
there.
Really?
Bonuses?
We made Champions League. When's the last time we made Champions League?
You don't think they're
When's the
gonna be
last time
like,
they made Champions League?
Yeah, but you don't think they're gonna be like, "Damn, we should have had that one."
we almost had it.
But all that just to
But-
bottle the
but
league.
no.
Was it worth it?
We almost had it. Damn, you know what? We didn't have the players, the what's it called, the depth. We were a young team. But we made Champions League and we have
so
a good team.
nice. As a player,
That's
you're
a fa-
thinking of
that's-
excuses
Yeah, that's
to
literally what it is.
magnify
I'm not
why you
thinking
should feel
I'm
better
not
about
thinking
yourself.
excuses. I'm thinking about legit facts. They have a young team and they have no depth.
And again,
That's facts.
This is like
They got
the
some depth.
worst bottle
they
of a league
don't.
to claim bottling of a league. They didn't play Man City once, and Man City were 2 games behind. How is this a bottle of the league?
It's not about playing Man City.
Yes,
it
it
is a
is.
bottle of the league if they're losing to
How is it
19th
not?
place Southampton.
Yeah, because
Man, so did City.
They got
City
it.
lost to them too.
but at
Okay.
the end of the day,
But City have the power to make it happen.
Yeah,
they're not bottlers.
You guys,
They're not
yes, they are.
failures.
Yes, they are bottlers. Yes, they are.
no,
in the league.
At
Okay,
the
in the
at
league,
the end of the
maybe.
day, there was a point in the league where Arsenal still had a point advantage, even if you took into consideration them losing both games against City.
A point. A point.
No, I'm not saying
That's
a
not
point.
bottom of the
point
league.
I'm saying
advantage.
a point, like they had points.
Yeah, 8 points.
Yeah,
No, I'm
1
not
point.
saying 1 point. I'm saying they had a
Like
point
what? 2,
advantage.
3 a game. A game,
That's
3
still-
points is one game. That's,
That's
not
still-
like
that's still in their
not
control.
Like Napoli
No, it's
having
not.
13 points. No, it's
that could be
not. They could
anybody.
lose one game and it's over.
Wait. So the Bundesliga
not bottling of a
is it
season.
anybody's right now?
What?
Is Bundesliga's anybody's right now?
It's in Bayern's control.
Okay, so like you literally just said like when you're talking about Dortmund, it's anybody's to win right now.
It's in Bayern's control right
Now
now.
you're switching up.
No, I'm literally stating the fact.
Is it anybody's to win though?
It's in Bayern's control.
Is it
If
anybody's
Bayern wins all their games and Dortmund wins all their games, Bayern wins the league.
Okay,
It's in
but
Bayern's
is it
control.
anybody's to win?
It's literally in Bayern's control.
Is Newcastle's season a failure if they don't make top 4?
Yeah. They've been in top 4 all season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but exceed expectations. You didn't have them top 4.
I know I didn't, but I'm not saying
Exceed
it's me.
expectations.
No, but if they're in the top 4 pretty much all season, then obviously it'd be a
Then it's a
failure if they
failure.
didn't end up making it.
Like
Okay.
you're talking about expectations. We're in the present. Expectations is in
Yeah.
the past.
Okay, I think as a club, I think they exceeded expectations, but you might.
It's not about the expectations.
and that's what it is, though. That's what it is. It's not a failure if you're exceeding expectations.
But it's all about where you end up, not what the expectations were.
Yes.
It's how it finishes.
And they ended up with
That's-
Champions League.
I don't understand what you guys aren't comprehending.
So everywhere you end up, so you end up winning the league, but you still say that's a failure of a season for you.
For Europe, yeah.
No, for the league, we're telling you. I'm
For the league?
Barcelona.
No, not for the league.
Barcelona. Did they fail this league considering they won the league?
They didn't
Sorry.
fail the league, obviously not.
No, Barcelona. Did they fail it this season? The fact, even considering that they won the league, you said yes.
Yeah, because Europe's pretty big too, and they got bumped out of Europa League
2 seasons in a row.
When's the last time we won the league?
like 3 seasons ago.
I think that's a
I don't know.
success.
At the end of the day,
What the team you have, man.
at the end of the day, I think the best way to summarize it is Arsenal may potentially bottle the league, and it is a failure.
I would consider it a bottle, but not a failure.
Same
a bottle,
thing.
a
It's the same-
bottle,
that's
a
the
bottle
same
would be
thing.
like you had it in your hand, but then you lost it. But that's a
Which is
failure.
what happened.
But it's not a failure considering the rest how their expectations of the season was to make top 4.
Who said that?
But you just
those
said
are
they had it in their
expectations,
hands and it went out.
But
That's
it's not
failing.
a failure. A failure can be
So they failed to win the league.
They
'cause
bottled-
the league.
they didn't fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
They bottled the league, which means they failed to win the league. However, they have made great progress into being a top 4 Premier League team.
Nothing like progress.
That's
Yeah.
it. Done.
That's huge. Progress is huge.
Done.
Not if you bottle.
Maybe top 4 for this year.
But
Who
what do you
knows what happens?
What do you
bottling.
play football for? To win trophies or to progress?
Bro, they didn't go into the season trying to win the league.
But yet they were in a position to.
Yes, but it can't be a failure if you exceed all expectations.
Did they exceed all?
It literally can't. If you're exceeding expectations, it cannot be a failure.
know,
it's
like,
literally impossible.
I feel.
I don't know, man.
Wait, what?
It's impossible. If you're exceeding all, if every box is checked off, how can you fail at anything? There's no other box.
Wait, so it's impossible.
Yeah.
So let's say Arsenal had a 30-point lead. If they bottled it,
Okay, but it's
not a failure.
That's literally impossible to lose. Then
It's still possible.
how are you gonna lose that 30 points?
You lose the rest of the games in the season.
That's
saying
insane.
not like
What if they have a 30-point lead right at the start of the season and then lose every single game?
Okay,
Let's be real now. Come on, let's be real. Let's be realistic.
Realistic ways.
You think Napoli's gonna lose? No, they have one game and they're winning.
So you have to go way out of like proportion.
But you said impossible.
You said you were comparing it to U12 soccer.
I was just comparing to.
He's
I said
comparing the
any age
passion, bro.
group. Yeah.
I agree with Spatty.
Okay.
So do I. It's 3 for 3, I think.
So we're tied.
3 for
It's a
3.
good-
It's tied.
it's a good-
Let us know in the
Let us
comments.
know what y'all think.
The
Let
Barca
us
Brats
know
versus.
in the. I'm a Barca
Dave's a
guy.
Barca
No,
Brat.
not today.
Nah, we're good
He's
now.
an Arsenal fan.
So let us know in the comments. Do you guys agree this was a bottle?
Well, it's not done yet. They can still win the league.
It's a failure.
City can still bottle.
Is this a failure of a season for Arsenal, even though they made Champions League and they exceeded expectations? Let us know in the comments section
That's crazy,
below.
man.
I don't agree.
That is what you guys are saying.
That's
You guys
crazy,
love
man.
preseason expectations.
Because that's literally what it means.
That's what you base your
That's what you
season off
look
of.
at.
That's
That's
crazy.
that's a power.
You're looking at it from a fan's.
But whose
expectation.
expectations are those? Yours?
The owner.
Clubs.
You know the owner?
expectation.
Okay.
But that's what it is.
You think Arsenal's
You're doing-
expectation was to
you're
win the
doing it from
league?
a
You talking to
fan's
Stan Kroenke, bro?
You're doing it from a fan's
No.
expectation. What does?
All right,
who
guys.
are
Okay,
you?
we're gonna end it off here. Thanks again for joining us. We'll continue this discussion after, so you guys don't have to listen to us.
Yeah, we're gonna go on and on.
But again, we know who we are.
The culture,
we the
man.
culture,
Holy,
baby.
a bunch of brats. Man.
That's crazy.
These guys are Brazilian
You
brats.
disagree with something?
Bye,
You
guys.
say brats.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy that you guys are going.
Daddy always does that. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to actually have an argument.
I don't like what.
He had a good argument.
What was your expectation for Arsenal this season?